Hey guys, okay, I actually do have a new story today. I haven't been lately because I've gone no contact and I have no reason to reach out to these people. But I don't know if I've told you in the past, probably have. My older brother had passed away um, back in 98. So when he died, he left a will for any of us who had kids. It will be for them, like when they're 18 in college or 25. Okay, so there you go. And then back in February, my sister tried reaching out as far as the will, and she needed to have my kids' names and birth dates, which I'm like, how come you don't know that? But okay, whatever. But I didn't, I had my husband reach out and text her. And okay, so anyway, that was that. Okay. And then recently, my mother in law called me and said, your mom called and she wants to discuss your brother's money. And I'm thinking, is this the will again? I'm like, okay. So I, I'm like, what about it? And she's like, well, apparently your mom wants to, or the sisters, this doesn't surprise me because they seem pretty greedy to me. They want that will to be split now. Okay, now my kids are older than their kids. Their kids aren't like close to being 18 or not. So I'm like, I didn't know you could break into this will unless your kids are 18 and or 25, depending on the rules. So I'm like, okay. So I guess they want my mom to go ahead and open this account and just split it off and call it a day. Oh, that, okay. So anyway, I had my husband call her and discuss whatever it is they're doing. So I guess that's what she's going to do and just pay the tax and put the money in our separate accounts. So I'm like, okay, well, at least she's not being a jerk about that. I guess it's my brother's money and she's respecting that, I guess. So, hey, kudos to that. As far as her inheritance, trust me, I don't care about it. So I know she will dangle that carrot as long as she can, and that's what she tried. And so I guess my husband, when I got home from work, he's like, wow, your mom sure hasn't changed. I'm like, of course she hasn't. I'm like, why would you think she did? He immediately um, started all up again where she's like, I don't understand why you don't talk to me anymore. And then I guess she said, that my sisters, anytime she tries to bring me up, they kibosh that right away. So it's unfortunately, but I had wondered, like, are they getting along now that I'm not around? Are they bored because they don't have a cat toy to bat around? But the reality is they're happier that I'm not around. Um, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself Cinderella per se. I wasn't like scrubbing the floors and being a little like, housekeeper to everybody. But in a way, I felt like that as far as they were the evil twin sisters. I mean, they never wanted me around. And it's pretty obvious now that you can see that. They're, two peas in a pod, whatever you want to call them, and glad I'm not in the picture anymore. As far as my mom's will, I'm sure they will make sure to get her to sign me off of it. I really have no wants for it anyway, so I'm sure there's plenty of money in there, but I'm like, I'm not going to let them keep power over me over this. So I pretty much have the power to not want that. Now, as far as my brother's will, that's for my kids, and I don't feel it right for me to make that decision that I don't want the money because it's really my kids' money, and I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate me saying that. So I'm going to let my husband handle that. He said he gave my mom his number, which I don't know why she didn't have, and he's going to work that out. So I completely stepped away. I'm not calling, and I don't want to be a part of this. But I guess, like I said, the thing about my sisters is, and mainly my middle one, is that she's got my older one so wrapped up to hate me. It's like, I know she sabotaged me pretty good, that they'll never, like, I thought maybe would they ever feel like, gosh, it's kind of bad that we left her out all this time. She was a third wheel. It's kind of sad that we made a little clap along song for her to, no, they're never going to feel that way. That's what's unfortunate. There's no happy ending for you as far as the narcissist, except no contact. They don't care. They really don't. I could die today and they'd be thrilled. They don't. They could tell other people that they're sad, but the reality is they don't care. They're living their life and glad I was out. I don't think they wanted me in it since I was born. It was pretty obvious. I just look at all the stuff that mainly my middle sister just had to steal my show, had to steal my thunder, always had to be liked the most, but then turned it around like I was that kind of person that did it. And yeah, I may have done it to my friends when I was little. Maybe it was a copycat thing. I don't know, because I don't do it now. I mean, good Lord, I was little, like little. So I'm like, whatever. But she still does it. That's what's funny. It's not like I grew out of it. She did not, but she doesn't think she does it. So I'm like, that's okay. So glad I in a way, did kind of confirm, like, okay, so they're not like sad that I'm not around. They are happy. They're content and they don't want to talk about me if my mom tries to bring it up, but I'm sure she only likes to bring it up just so she can bitch about it. So it's not like my mom's reaching out to me. She's reached out to my mother-in-law, but I'm thinking the only reason why she's ever reached out to her is to clear her name. Not that I'm sitting there bashing on her to my mother-in-law, but it's not to reach out and hope that I will call her. But she did tell my husband about, the fact that she doesn't call me, does she think she's going to get any part of my inheritance? So she definitely is trying to dangle that carrot. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want your money. I really don't. So if you're going to try to hold that over me, the only way to get me to call you, it's not going to work. Okay. So, and I've learned this. I've adopted some traits of her sometimes with my own family. And oh my God, it scared the crap out of me. It's hard when you've been raised in a family like that to not adopt those traits because no better. But it really just, the other day, just hit home like, what are you doing? You're acting like your mom. And it scared me. So, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do a whole nother vlog on that too. So, stay tuned for that one. I'm going to publish them all at once. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you an update that nothing's changed. They're still the way they are. And who knows if I'll get my brother's money to put in an account for my kids. I have no idea. I'm just going to let my husband work that out. But very interesting. Until then, guys, bye.